How many times have you hugged your dog thinking they love it, only to find out you might actually be psychologically torturing them? Okay, torturing might be a bit dramatic, but the truth is, many of the things we do with the best intentions, our dogs experience in a completely different way than we think. Today, I'm going to show you 5 of those things. And don't worry, this isn't to make you feel bad, but to help you understand how your dog's mind works so you can connect with them better. Stick around until the end, because number 1 surprises almost everyone. Let's start with something that's hard to accept. Hugs. For humans, hugging is a sign of love, but dogs are 4-legged animals. In their language, placing a limb over another being is a sign of dominance, not affection. A study from the University of British Columbia reviewed more than 250 photos of people hugging dogs posted online, and found that in 81% of the cases, the dog showed at least one sign of stress: ears pulled back, whale eye, avoiding eye contact, a tense mouth. That doesn't mean your dog hates you. It means they're tolerating it because they love you. And there's a big difference between tolerating something and actually enjoying it. So what can you do? Learn to read their body language. If your dog stiffens up or looks away when you hug them, swap the hug for a good scratch behind the ears instead. That's something they truly enjoy. Second point, staring them straight in the eyes. I know what you're thinking, but my dog looks at me and I look back, and it's a beautiful moment. And yes, with your own dog, after years of bonding, prolonged eye contact can be a form of affection, pure oxytocin in fact. There are studies that support this. But with dogs that don't know you, or in tense situations, direct, sustained eye contact is a threat in canine language. It's like this in almost all social mammals. Predators stare at their prey. Dominant individuals stare at subordinates. That's why many dogs feel uncomfortable when strangers crouch down and look them straight in the eyes, thinking it's getting on their level. So next time you meet a new dog, don't stare. Look slightly to the side and let them approach you. That's the real signal that you can be trusted. This one might be the most important of all, and the most ignored. Dogs don't handle ambiguity well. Their brains are wired to detect patterns. What behavior leads to what outcome? That's how they learn. So imagine being a dog who's allowed on the couch today because the owner is in a good mood, and then gets scolded for the exact same thing tomorrow because guests are over. What does that dog learn? Absolutely nothing clear. They just learn that the world is unpredictable. And in psychological terms, that creates chronic anxiety. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement. It's the same mechanism that makes gambling addictive. Not knowing when the reward is coming creates constant tension. In a dog, that tension shows up as barking, destructive behavior, hyperactivity, or excessive submission. The solution isn't to be perfect. It's to be consistent. If you decide your dog can get on the couch, then it should always be allowed. If you decide they can't, then it should never be allowed. Your dog doesn't need strict rules. They need clear ones. You come home and find the cushion destroyed. You call your dog over, show them the mess, and say, "What did you do? What did you do?" in a very serious tone. And they make that guilty face, ears down, tail tucked, making themselves small. That's not guilt. That's submission in response to a threat. Your dog isn't connecting your anger to the cushion they destroyed an hour ago. They're reacting to your threatening body language in that exact moment. Dogs live in the present. They don't have the cognitive ability to link a consequence to an action that happened in the past. This is well established. The canine brain doesn't operate on that kind of timeline. So what you're actually doing with that delayed scolding isn't teaching them anything. You're just creating a negative association between your arrival home and fear. Over time, some dogs even develop anxiety right when their owner comes back. If you want to correct a behavior, you have to do it in the exact moment it happens. Or better yet, prevent the situation from happening in the first place. And now we get to number 1, the one that sparks the most debate every time I talk about it. Walks where dogs aren't allowed to sniff. Many owners go out walking with their dog and keep pulling the leash the whole time. Come on, don't stop there, keep going. The goal is physical exercise. Cover distance, burn energy. But for a dog, smell is how they experience the world, literally. The canine brain devotes up to 40 times more space to processing smells than the human brain. When a dog sniffs a tree, they're reading who was there, when, their emotional state, whether they were male or female. It's their newspaper, their social network, their map of the world. Preventing them from sniffing doesn't just frustrate your dog, it deprives them of their main source of mental stimulation. And a dog without mental stimulation is a dog that gets bored. And a bored dog, well, you already know what happens to the cushions. The sniff walk, where your dog sets the pace and you follow, can be just as mentally exhausting for them as running several miles. Try it for a week and you'll see the difference. So to sum it up, hugs that stress them out, stares that feel like threats, inconsistent rules that create anxiety, delayed punishment that teaches nothing, and walks where we don't let them be dogs. None of these come from a bad place. They all come from loving our pets. But the best way to love someone is to understand how their mind works. And that's exactly what this channel is all about. Which one of the 5 surprised you the most? Or do you know any others that didn't make the list? Let me know in the comments. If you found this video helpful, share it with someone who has a dog. Sometimes the best way to help an animal is by helping their owner understand how they think. I'll see you in the next video. Paw bump.